Hello everybody. I wanted to take a moment and do this last video on our dash reupholster. Soundproofing, we added all that in. You've seen in some earlier videos. But this will be the final results we got after we finished reupholstering the side pieces over the windows, the dash itself, and along the bottom. Alright, let me turn it around and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, this was the final. I'll try to step back a little bit. Let me see if I can back it out. Alright, this was the final. We did a lighter color. We reupholstered the top up here. We did the bars down here. We added the LED accent lighting under. We had it in the front. We did that. We went around. Of course, did this side too, and added that in, LED lighting under there. We went up underneath and redid the underside, brought that all to the same color, and then we redid the dash. If you remember, it was a much darker, kind of a tan, brownish tan, not a very pretty color to me. So we redid all that, added foam. I covered this piece right here, and then what I did, these screws were pretty ugly. I took and made button caps to go on them. So I thought that looked a little bit more finished. Also, the A-pillar here, I redid that, covered that, and then did button caps on that also. So I thought that made that look pretty good. I also turned the dash from, it was brown, and I turned it black. So I painted it black and redid that. Turned out, really updated it. Also down here at the bottom, I recovered that. That would have been kind of that brownish color plastic. I recovered that with a marine vinyl. And then down at the very bottom, I added in a black carpet and got rid of all the shag. We repainted the cup holders in the center, and of course I added in the magnetic charger. It does work if you don't put too much stuff on it. Of course we have our Alpine radio with Apple CarPlay and hands-free connection. That worked out really good, much improved over the original radio that was in here. This is our 360-degree camera. We added that in this year. One of my favorite things, that camera. Was well worth the effort to do it. These controls here control the shades. We have, if you look up here, we have motorized day and night shades. This was very convenient. Really like that. The next thing is, we redid our dash, added lighting to it so I could see during the day. I just could not see it very well. Another thing we added to it, this coach did not have a alternate generator start up at the dash. We put that in along with our tire minder. This little button you see right here is we have automatic headlights. They work pretty good. They're not quite as sensitive, so it takes a really bright day for them to turn off. But if you leave the coach and forget to turn your lights off, it definitely it works out great. Also, you can see we added cup holders. This was inexpensive, but the ones in the middle are hard to reach. These worked out really well. I kind of did the same thing on this side. So we have our cup holders there. Really turned out well. We did a lot of soundproofing, really reduced the noise. The engine's running as we're talking. It's very quiet. So I think it was a big win. I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. If you have any questions, just let me know. And leave it in the comments, I'll try to answer it. One more thing I want to share with you. As you see my gauge cluster here, this is a 2014 Sunstar 26HE. And this gauge cluster was made between 2009 and 2019. But I will tell you, if you noticed, let's see if I can turn, well, you can, I don't know if you can see it or not because you got the lights on it, But in actuality, none of the needles are lit up on this cluster. Now, I sent this over to Circuit Board Medic. They took a look at it. It is non-repairable. So we would have to have a new cluster to get lighted needles. It's had a failure. The problem with that is this cluster has become obsolete. And although I continue to try to search for a replacement cluster, at the moment I have not found one. I found one refurbished one. They wanted like $1,900 on a refurbished one, and this cluster normally would be $300–400. You can find earlier versions or later versions, but not this particular one. If somebody does know where there is one, let me know. I'd love to source it up and get the needles on my gauges. All my gauges work, everything works fine. It's just that none of the needles, whatever circuit that runs the lighting for the needles, is burnt out. And they said non-repairable. So if you lose this cluster and they can't repair it, it's a problem. Just want to give you a heads up on that. That's 2009 to 2019, I believe, is the years this cluster was made, and it is very difficult to source. Hope that helps y'all. If you have any questions, let me know. If you find a way to source this cluster where it doesn't cost $2,000 to get one, let me know in the comments. All right, thanks.